Hey, most small business owners don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they're focused on the wrong things. And that's the part that nobody talks about because it's not pretty, it's not fun. The big thing is that a lot of small business owners fail because they lack systems in place to actually scale. And that's what we're going to go over today is because we want to break down exactly what the small business owners are doing and how they can overcome these. And let's just go ahead and dive right into it because business owners that are working 10, 12, even 14-hour days are struggling. They may seem like they're making progress, but if you're a small business owner just like we are and others out there, you know working 10, 12, 14-hour days just to look at your bank account and not see the needle move the way that you want it to. That's a struggle that a lot of people focus on and they don't know exactly where to overcome it. They have this great idea, they want to overcome it, they don't know where to actually go from here. They've got a couple clients, but where do you go? And that's what we're going to dive into because there's a 3-step process that I want to take you guys through in order to truly understand what you need to do. But before we do that, we have to start with the number one thing. The number one thing is you want to take a look at yourself and try to understand why you started your business. A lot of people struggle with that. They all think I want to start my own business so I can make money, so I can grow, so I can become a multimillionaire. But the problem is that the revenue becomes inconsistent, leads are unpredictable, and you're stuck doing everything yourself. And after 6, 12, 18 months, guess what? You throw in the towel and there's nothing else to do. So you're sitting there scratching your head trying to figure out why your business failed. That's what we're going to take a look at today, is understanding why you need the actual reason behind starting your business to be way more powerful than just making money. If you look at all the people that make tons of money, the reasons that they make tons of money is not because they love making money. They absolutely do. And it's not because they just hit the nail on the head just right every single time. Most small business owners fail numerous times. They fail year after year, but they get better and better every single step of the way. The reason that they do so much better than the average small business owner is because they have a why that's stronger than the business itself. So even if it fails, that why is still the driving force behind what they're doing and how they're accomplishing it. So let's take a look at this. If your why is to make $10,000, that's an okay why, but you want to take a look at it. What can you do with that $10,000 that's going to change the world around you? I'm not saying, changing the whole wide world, but what I'm trying to say is what can you do to help affect other people and make it better? The stronger your why, the more profitable your business is going to be. That's why you really need to focus on understanding that why. Take a piece of paper, write it down, try to understand what it is that really is that driving force that's going to get you out of bed every single day to make that difference. And the next thing I'm going to talk about is after you figure out that why, how you can take that why and you can start actually building a business that you can be proud of. Because let's face it, most small business owners spend 80% of their time doing $10 an hour tasks. And what I mean by that is they're doing tasks that they can offload to someone else and pay them $10, $15, $20 an hour. It doesn't just have to be $10 an hour, but you want to look at how much is your time worth. If your time is worth $100, $200, $1,000 an hour, you need to look at tasks that you're doing that are prohibiting you from achieving them. And by doing that, you're going to take those tasks, you're going to offload them to someone and pay them that much money. That's going to do 2 things. 1, it's going to free up your creativity to continue driving your business forward. And number 2, it's going to make the difference in your business. You're going to realize that you have to pay employees now. So you're going to work harder to achieve those goals. And if you find the right employees, the world is over for everybody trying to compete against you. So that's the first thing you want to do is after you figure out the reason behind your business, you want to understand what you're doing. That is those $10 an hour tasks. Some of those tasks are checking your email on a daily basis, responding to emails, looking at social media posts, posting social media stuff by yourself. If you're constantly doing those small tasks, you don't have a business. You have a hobby. And that's the big thing because the problem is you're living in what we call reaction mode and you never actually build momentum. You're just surviving. So you really want to understand, is this what it takes to have your business grow? Absolutely not. You want to start targeting those $100,000, $10,000 an hour tasks in order to move that needle forward. If your $10,000 task is to create content like this, then it's going to move that needle so much further than just sitting there checking your email on a daily basis. So it's not about using the latest and greatest technology all the time. It's really understanding what it is that is the best use of your time. And then the next thing you're going to take a look at is, now that you have that stuff, you're going to come into a dilemma. Do you hire that person to do that task, or do you lean into what the next phase is, which is automating? Do you automate your business? Do you take your business, run those tasks through automations, through a system, through a process to make them run like clock? A lot of small businesses either outsource it and hire it, or they spend thousands upon thousands of dollars trying to build these automations out, and it becomes a struggle. Don't worry about that. Focus on what you can write down that you need automated. Because the cool thing is if you're like me, you've struggled with tons of those CRMs out there, tons of those Zapier programs, all of that stuff that is just an absolute headache. Trying to make all this stuff line up to where it actually works for your business, that stuff is a thing of the past. We've been building a thing called Nelson, which Nelson helps you gain clarity in your business and can help you automate those tasks with the click of a button. So it's absolutely free. I'm going to leave a comment below in the video for you to sign up, get your free trial, experience what having real intelligence, real clarity, and real information is all about in your business. So the next stop after you figure out how to actually automate your business, you want to start looking at ways you can market it. And I'm not talking about referrals. Everybody can get referrals. Referrals as a main source of business is just one of those ways that people admit that they don't know how to market their business. You want to be able to understand the market, figure out where your customers are, and go after them ruthlessly. And I'm not saying that stalker method where it freaks people out, but you want to understand what it is that your people need in order to highlight those pain points and go after them until they have the problem solved. Because you're the only one that can actually solve that problem. And that's the big thing to keep in mind. There's other competitors out there, but only you can solve their problem the right way. And you want to keep that in mind as you continue to move forward. Because as you continue to market, whether it's on, paid ads, funnels, email campaigns, text message campaigns, whatever that may be, you want to figure out what works for you in your business and double down on it to where it runs like clockwork. Because once you're able to automate that stuff, then you can market it. And then we get into the fun part of scaling your empire. And what that means is we take a look at what is working in your business, we double down on that, and then we take some of those resources to apply new tactics that are going to enhance that business even further. So what you want to do is you want to understand what that is. Is it the ads that are running? Is it the marketing message? Whatever that is, how are you going to branch into a new audience in order to attract those right people? Those are the big things that you want to understand as you're starting to scale. Now, the next couple episodes of this series, we're going to break those down into the automations, the marketing, the scaling, even the $10 an hour trap, because we want to take a deep dive into those so you truly understand what it is that's going to make a difference in your business. You'll be very surprised that everything else does not matter. All that matters is what's going to help you automate, what's going to help you market, and what's going to help you scale your business into the future. And I promise you, AI is not the only answer out there. It is a big factor these days, but ultimately, what matters more is the human behind the machine. The more you can actually understand your business and market your business better, the more benefits you're going to have in the end run. So once again, my name is Steven. With Business Growth Engine, we help veteran business owners and other business owners just like you automate, market, and scale your very own business so you can continue to build the empire that you've always